Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, October the 11th, 2024. Well, let's dive right on in. They had it in conversation that Ethan was tested. Holly reached out to Ethan. Ethan got tested wherever Ethan is, and he's not a match. So that's how they're writing the whole. Well, what about Ethan? Holly did reach out to him. He's not a match for Lulu. Um, Ava runs into Lucas and Carly at GH. Why she was at GH, I don't know. You know, people bump into other people at GH just like you bump into somebody at the mall, right? Anyway, okay. So Ava is, saying, welcome back, because that's her nephew. And Carly tries to put some shade in between it, you know. Um, and Ava says something, and Lucas looks at her and he says, you haven't reached out to me since I've been gone. And we're talking years, right? And so Ava says, yeah, but I mean, I did send a message to you, um, a note to you, with my condolences over your mom's death. And Carly looked at her and said, "Did you even read it before Trita wrote it and sent it?" So Lucas ends up telling Carly, "Look, I got this. I'll talk to Ava." So they had a conversation, which I fast forwarded most of it, and she was just talking about, your father loved you, and Julian was a very flawed individual, and something Carly said, because she brought up Julian right in front of Carly. And Carly said, it's rather interesting you would bring up Julian at this moment when Lulu is dying because of him, because of what he did. And Ava just looks at Carly, right? The bomb. So when she's talking to Lucas, she says, a person should not be, the sum of their life should not be based on the worst thing they've done. Well, Ava, the sum of your life, if everybody would have found out you killed Connie Falconeri, would be based on that. Because you would have had to do some time behind it, right? And then, okay, you spend enough time in jail. People do, when they do their time, they do get out. Some get what do they call that? Rehabilitated. Some don't, right? But you set off a bomb in a pub, public diner, really. A lot of people were in there. Some people died. But that should not be how Julian Jerome was remembered. That's interesting to me. That's And so Lucas was like, she goes, your father loved you. He was so proud of you. And Lucas says, I know he loved me. And there were definite times that I was proud of my father. When I stood up for him when he married Alexis, Lucas said, I was so happy because I felt, okay, now he's going to be on the right track. And because Ava can't stand Alexis. No, Alexis ruined your father's life. And Lucas just looked at her and he goes, you know what? I think this conversation is over. As soon as Alexis went into, I mean, not Alexis, Ava, as soon as Ava went into that spiel, hating Alexis. And so he goes, Alexis says, I just hate the fact that you're so busy including your mother's side of the family and you're excluding your father's side of the family. And Lucas says, I'm not excluding everybody on my father's side. I'm not excluding Avery. And Ava looked at her. He says, and you know what? For the most part, I'm not excluding her mother, which meant Ava. So he says, but I do have to go because he's kind of like, look, we have never been close, Auntie Ava. So let's not pretend we are, Auntie Ava, because you have no friends. Uh, Sonny does tell Christina and Michael he's going to turn himself in. Michael already knew. And Christina's like, no, 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 Dad, no. There has to be another way. No, I need to go in. And then he goes, Christina, there is nothing you can do. Just stop. Okay. Don't say a word. You will make things worse if you get involved. I'm going to take care of it. But it's not fair, Dad. It's not. Anyway, Sonny then, Martin goes to Alexis and he says that, he sent the pictures to put some doubt and, Carly's alibi for Sonny. You should be out of here tonight, he tells Alexis. And she looks at him. She says, that's not enough to get me out tonight. It's not. No, we also got a receipt that he, ordered champagne and everything. He goes, that's not enough, Martin. Carly is skilled enough to get around that. And guess what? Skilled she was. Skilled she was. I'll get to that in a little bit. So, that is the actual gun that Alexis threw over the bridge. I don't know who found that gun. Still don't. Anna says they match. She was telling Robert. She took the case into Robert because she wants Robert to have Alexis released. She says it is the exact same serial number on Sonny Corinthos' missing 9mm. And this gun did not kill John Cates. So Robert says, oh, okay. And Anna says, Christina Corinthos knows more than she's saying, and she almost told me, but Michael came in. She goes, and Robert's like, yeah, we all know who did it. We just can't prove it. So she goes, well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and let Alexis's attorney know. I'm going to start the paperwork for Alexis to be set free. And Robert said, wait, hold on, Hannah, hold on for a while. And she goes, what? He goes, no, Sonny has a meeting with the federal attorney, right? That's prosecuting Alexis's case, him and Diane Miller at 12. I'm interested to see what is he going to say. If after all these years, he is ready, he's got a conscience, and he's not going to let Alexis stay in jail any longer, knowing he did it. Let's see. So Anna's like, oh, okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to put more pressure on his alibi. Let's see if I can get the alibi to crack. That's how she ended up calling Carly in to come and talk to her. So Sonny then goes to Alexis, which shocks Alexis. And he tells her, I have a meeting, 12 o'clock, and I'm going to confess to the murder of John Cates. And I'm going to tell the FBI whatever they want to know from throughout the years. And Alexis says, Sonny, you don't think turning yourself in for killing a federal agent isn't giving the FBI everything they need to get you? You feel you got to overkill it? And he says, no, because that's not all. The deal is going to be you will not suffer any punishment. Because, see, they still don't know the gun's found. Christina will not suffer any punishment. Carly will not suffer any punishment. Right? None of my family. So Alexis says, really? She goes, I didn't expect to hear you say this after all these years. And Sonny says, do you really think I would let you, Alexis, go to prison for something I did? Did you really think that? She said, I was hoping not. I was hoping not. Now, how's Christina going to handle it? Because I know what you're going to do, but she could mess everything up. He goes, I've already talked to Christina. She's not going to do anything. She's not going to say anything. Who comes to see Alexis after Sonny leaves but Christina? Talking about, see, this is what I'm saying. She needs to be tested. She seriously needs to be tested. She tells her mother, look, Dad is going to, Alexis says, wait, hold on, hold on. Your father was just here. Because Christina getting ready to say all this, and we got the guard there, even though, Sonny, they at least know how to whisper in. She goes, your dad already told me what he is going to do. He just left here. So she goes, and what did you say to him? Did you try to talk him out of it? Alexis looks at her daughter and says, of course not. Like, I'm the one with Pentonville on this, whatever this is, right? Why would I try to talk the man that's going to set the record straight, that's going to free me? Because I didn't do it. Why would I try to talk him out of that? That was an idiotic statement. She goes, Christina, let me tell you something. Your father is doing what he should do. He is doing the right thing. He is taking responsibility for his actions, Christina. But no, no, no. I mean, it's all my fault. Had I not gone to Ava's room, my baby wouldn't be dead. John Cates wouldn't have tried to charge me with killing my baby. And then and see, Dad, everything escalated because of me. She goes, none of this escalated because of you, Christina. None of it. This all surrounds your father, right? But one thing that Alexis did tell, no, was that, it wasn't Alexis. Maybe that was Carly. Might have been Alexis, that Kate needed to be stopped because he was going to go after Christina, uh, uh, um, Alexis, not Alexis, well, not Alexis, but Ava, everybody, all his kids, all Sonny's family, Dante, Kate was going to target. So it would not have stopped. But your father is taking the consequences or going to accept the consequences. So she's like, I got to do something. I got to say, Alexis said, Christina, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, do nothing. See, no, she just doesn't listen. She doesn't. So Dante is at the hospital. Cody is there and he got tested for Lulu. Hospital staff is overworked with people coming out the woodworks for Olivia sounding the alarm, right? As a matter of fact, the courts delivered paperwork to Elizabeth, the head nurse, regarding the courts delivered it to the hospital legal team. Legal team brought it to Elizabeth that, the allegations of the tests that were not right. And so Elizabeth said, okay. So Brad comes walking by. Brad and Cody, I didn't know they knew. Well, they did know each other. They played in Selena's games. They hadn't seen each other in a long time. So they caught up. I fast forwarded their whole conversation. And as they were leaving, they hugged each other, said, good to see you, man. And Portia had to make a big, is this how you consider, proper activities while you're working? Oh, she gave him the blues, right? So he was just like, oh, it was just a hug between friends. So Portia's like, remember, you are on probation. And Brad just looks at her and he walks away. So Portia, a little later, comes up to the nurse's station and tells Elizabeth, Terry tells me that legal delivered some paperwork, to you. She goes, yes, yes. There was a discrepancy in Heather Weber's test results. And so Portia says, well, I mean, she goes, the independent labs showed a greatly reduced cobalt level. Our lab shows there was no change. So Portia says, well, okay, labs make mistakes all the time. Wouldn't the police or the investigators or whoever, she said, wouldn't they just chalk it up to a mistake, in the lab? And so Elizabeth said, I guess they could, but here's the thing. Our tests, Rick Lansing had 3 other tests run, which wasn't true. There were always 2 tests initially run, always, and there was a difference, right? And Portia always said, no, our lab is impeccable. I can't vouch for the other lab, right? She goes, Rick sent it off to other labs, and GH is the only one that is incorrect. And so Portia looks, she goes, yeah, I guess they would send it out, to have other labs. Portia. So Elizabeth tells Portia, but listen, don't worry. I'm handling it. I'm taking everything's under control. I'm taking care of it. Portia doesn't know that when Brad walked by, Elizabeth says, Brad, I need you to look in to see what happened here. Gives the paperwork to Brad and says there's a discrepancy. And Brad says, and you want me to look into it? Because, Portia's chewing him out and spitting him out every chance she gets, right? And so Liz says, yes, you're the best man for the job. So at the end, it shows Brad saying, well, 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 Dr. Portia Robinson, what have you been up to? And you know what I did, everybody? Yeah, go Brad, go Brad, go Brad. Portia needs to be busted out. But you want to know what Brad's going to do? Brad's going to do what Brad does. He's going to blackmail her. He's going to tell her, you're going to stay off my back. As a matter of fact, you're going to promote me to, to either lead lab tech or manager of the lab. I know what Brad's going to do, right? And good for Brad, because Portia is just being overbearing, period. So now Dante is talking to Cody. Okay. And let me see, did I say everything? Yeah, yeah. Dante's talking to Cody because Cody could see something else is really weighing heavy on him. And it's not just Lulu. Because what happened is Dex told Dante that they found the gun, and it is in fact the gun that killed, that Alexis Davis threw into the water. And so they're happy that, this should be free in Alexis. And then Dex ended up coming back and said, hey, you know what, man? Commissioner just told me, to make sure I didn't say anything to anybody about the evidence. Because see, now Anna and Robert got their little heads together. So, he goes down there and said, look, consider it forgotten. Like I got other things to worry about. Because he didn't know Sonny was going to confess, right? So he's at the hospital. Christina's texting him. Actually, he was leaving the PCPD. Christina's texting him, where are you? He says, going to GH. She goes, good, because I'm already here. Michael had dropped her off. She was supposed to be going to a meeting, her grief counseling meeting. So she tells Dante that Sonny is going to turn himself in and confess because he doesn't want Alexis to go to trial and he doesn't want her to stay in jail any longer, right? So Dante was like, in his mind, he's thinking, wait a minute, but I happen to know the PCPD has the gun. Alexis is going to be free today. So he's got a dilemma. Cody's like, man, something is weighing on you. And you know I'm your friend. You know you could trust me. And he goes, and he looks around. He goes, okay, look, let's say, and this is going to be hypothetical, that there's some evidence, crucial evidence, that could free someone that's in prison right now waiting for trial. He almost said that is my sister's mother, but he didn't say that, right? So Cody said, oh, so you mean they found the gun that Alexis Davis? And Dante looked at him. He goes, why would you say a name? He goes, oh, you're right. We're keeping this all hypothetical. Okay, I follow you. I follow you. So he goes, but another person is getting ready to come out forward today to confess to killing, you know, said agent or to killing someone. And Cody's like, yeah, okay, like I'm following you, man. I'm following you. He says, but said person is only coming forward because they don't know the PCPD has found the gun, which is going to free the person that they're trying to get out of jail. So Cody says, oh, but now I've got a question for you. Said person, do you think they killed Agent Cates? Dante said, probably. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but probably. Yeah. He goes, So he said, you know what, man? And Dante said something about, but I'm here to uphold the law, and I'm not supposed to. I really wasn't even supposed to know the evidence has been found. So Cody says, oh, okay. So now here's your dilemma. And it all just boils down to this, man. What's more important to you? Loyalty to your job or loyalty to your family? That's the only question you need to answer. And they left that scene there. So my thing is, okay, why would Dante tell Cody? Because Cody can't hold water. See, I'm thinking Cody is going to not read between the lines, but understand what's supposed to happen between the lines, track Sonny down and tell him. Really? So Sonny arrives at the PCPD early, and Anna comes out and says, oh, you're early. He goes, yeah, I know. Diane Miller's on her way. So Anna's like, okay, right this way to come into the interrogation room. And Dante comes walking real fast into the PCPD precinct room and says, Sonny, you got a minute? And Anna turns and Anna looks at him. But you know how they like to make us think certain things on a cliffhanger? Dante could simply be saying, you know, whatever, not tell him because Cody has already told Sonny. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Cody has already, because that is why Dante was telling him. He wasn't telling him because, look, I need to know, do I pick my father or do I pick my job? He already told Sonny, I'm through with you when Sonny was acting crazy off his meds. You have made me compromise my job, compromise me way too much over the years. I'm done with you. Right? So I'm hoping Cody told him. To me, that would have been better writing. That Cody came and we see it in a flashback. Cody telling him, hey, look, Mr. Corinthos, you and I are not that close. But I just left Dante at the hospital because I was there donating, getting tested for Lulu. And he just told me a weird story about evidence was just found, a gun that was thrown into the river from off the bridge. that's going to free his sister's mother. I just thought you might want to know. And leave it at that. Boom, I'm peace out of there. Peace out of there. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, Anna, this is telling you how crappy a commissioner she is. Carly, would you like to change your story? First, Carly said, do I need my attorney here? No, no. I just have one question. Would you like to change your story? Carly says, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to change my story? Well, because, I know you've thought about it and now maybe things are clearer to you. She goes, no, Anna, I don't want to change my story. I'm sticking by it. So Anna puts the file down and she opens it up. She said, well, I mean, it's awfully interesting. You're saying you and Sonny are together. Yet, see, in my whole thing, I'm thinking, okay, this isn't one question now, right? Yet, and she shows the picture that Martin from his PI, her going into Jack Brennan's room and the way Jack's looking down at her before she goes in. She goes, but yet you're having dinner, a cozy dinner. And Carly just looks at her with Jack Brennan. Carly says, I own the hotel. And Jack Brennan is a VIP guest in my hotel. And Anna says, VIP? Carly says, the head of the WSB Port Charles field office, VIP guest in my hotel. I was checking to make sure everything was okay with his accommodations. And Anna looked at her. She goes, we have copies of the dinner that was ordered along with champagne. It doesn't seem like you were there just to check on a hotel, client, right? Patron. And Anna says, ooh, champagne and dinner. Well, Jack Brennan must have had a mighty special guest up in his room after I left. And I thought, good answer, Carly, good answer. See, prove that was for her. I said, see, Carly always, she will just, dang. She thinks quick on her feet. And so she says, now, uh, Anna says, oh, what? She starts to ask or say something else. And Carly says, now, you know what? I think I do need to call Diane Miller. And Anna says, no, no, no. Thank you so much for coming in. But Carly, I need to warn you. Jack Brennan, stay away from him. I've known him for years. He is not anyone you want to be involved with. Carly looks at her. I don't think I'll be taking relationship advice from you. That's what she tells Anna. And Anna just looks. See, because no, Anna, because Anna has the nerve to say, well, because she told her, she goes, Jack Brennan is not anybody you want to be involved with. She goes, as a matter of fact, she says, you need, where did she say? And I wrote it down and uh, she says, you have to be very careful on who you are loyal to, who you give your loyalties to. This is what Anna says. And that's when Carly says, I don't think I'll be taking relationship advice from you. And I said, now see, how do you stand on your high horse when your loyalties to this day still are with Valentine? Still. That's why I can't stand Anna. Cannot stand Anna Devane at all. So anyway, everybody, look, comment corner is over 75 comments. Thank you so much. I love your participation in Comment Corner. Everybody, please go. You got the weekend. Go in, read everybody's comments. Because I do not have time tonight. Read everybody's comments. I will take some time over the weekend to read them. And please add your comments. I love the back and forth, back and forth. You all just do such a great job with Comment Corner. So I'll be back on Monday with another daily recap of General Hospital.